an answer, but the writing is on the wall. Out of the many problems that the world is facing, or opportunities if you want to call it, the greatest challenge is the change of mindset. Are we prepared to make the change of mindset? Sustainability has become a loosened word, so easily used in anything and everything that we are doing. And the key challenge to translate sustainability into action is just one: we humans and our mindset, if we decide to make the translation happening and happen. So let me begin with a short video. It's a video that pays a tribute to sustainability, to sustainable leaders, and it asks a fundamental questions. The fundamental question it's asking is, does sustainability exist at all? And if it does, to what extent does it exist? So ladies and gentlemen, sit back. For the next 40 minutes, I'm going to make you sing through some of the greatest challenges that the world is facing. And each of these challenges that the world is facing has a solution, and the solution lies within us of how to translate it. So as the lights dim and I play the first video for you, please remember to express yourself if you like the video. Did it make sense to you? Did you pick up a few key things? Let's talk. What did you pick up, sir?
Sustainability is something that we all need to care for. We should be caring for, obviously, using the resources, and it could be human and material resources for our future generations also. Using things responsibly.
So, am I responsible for sustainability, sir?
See, leadership for sustainability means about giving service, about service. And then many times we don't come across people in their definition of leadership, service part is included. So this is something very strong statement, and it makes us think what that service I can provide to my people.
Absolutely. I'd like to hear a few more comments. Yes, sir.
Clearly, our new generation, our youngsters, have got perhaps the biggest role in sustainability, and empowering young children to take some kind of accountability towards the next coming years. I think as educators, they will perhaps have the most impact on sustainability. So education has a major role to play.
Sure, it has a major role to play. Okay, let me introduce to you, it's number 28, a man who is 95 years of age, and he set an example at the age of 95 on sustainability. He became a roaring phenomenon on the internet, on YouTube, on any social media, you name it. His name is Charles. Something that we all are educated to do, but we forget to do it. He is the one who reminisces this fact that if we are able to remind ourselves the roots of our origin, we would be more sustainable as a generation. That puts a question. The generation to come, what will it deserve, what will it get, and what it should get to remain where it wants to remain. So ladies and gentlemen, a short video about Charles. He talks to you, and he is a great example for me to say what sustainability is all about. Can I have the video, please? Amazing. I'm here to love it. Yeah, the energy to do something more than what I'm currently doing. 97, 95, and I start my life. It's the greatest example I could ever give to any audience on what great sustainability is all about. I don't know if it touches you, but it does impact me in many ways. If he can do it, so can I do it. Just imagine if we start imagining the world to be a healthiest place. Recently we celebrated 2 days back the World Mental Health Day. Can you imagine? We've reached a stage where we are celebrating a World Mental Health Day. It's a paradox. Are we not supposed to be mentally agile? And if we are mentally agile, then why celebrate that one day as a mental health day? Dedicated, committed. Wow, how many of you love Charles? I love him too. And you think he's your inspiration? Put your hands up. Great, he's my inspiration too. So let me twist the story a bit to take you through some parts of the world where there is a tragic proportion of a metamorphosis that is happening for a simple thing called water. So, how far would you walk for water is my next presentation to you. Clean water is the right of every mankind. But 2022, 2022, we will have immense shortage of water worldwide, especially in large parts of Asia and GCC. So the question is, are we morally responsible to save water? The reverse osmosis of changing seawater, saline water, into a potable water for it to be, potent water for it to be drunk is a big challenge. So how far would you walk? Here's a story, and true story of what has actually happened. Somebody tried to do that and set an example to change the world. A good example of sustainability. Water. Wow. Thank you for the comment. Come on, I want to hear any comments. Anybody you feel not so great and discomfortable after this video? I won't blame you. I won't blame you. Come, I know there's silence, but behind every silence is a great word. Yes?
I'm not comfortable.
I'm not comfortable too. Please remember, whenever you're discomfortable, you will change. Because when you're very comfortable, you will not change. You will just not change. So make that first step. So what is the first step today that you're going to go at home and do, or do it at work? Tell me. Save water. I have stopped taking, whichever hotels I stay, I've stopped taking bath in a bathtub. I don't use a tub, no luxury. I need to save water because I'm a moral conscious citizen of this world, and it is my immense responsibility to save water so that the generations that come can get better and potable quality of water. It's my responsibility. Is that yours too? Think about it. We were talking, sir. I think there are leaders like you. You're a great leader to me, who set an example through their nice work that they are doing. And this whole meeting is all about getting nice people who are doing nice work on sustainable development goals or sustainability to make this world different. And if we could do that, our lives can be transformed. If you think you're liking what I'm saying and doing, there's a Twitter hashtag, do tweet about it. It's everywhere around, including the podium and on your tables. Do tweet about it, do write about it, do let people know so that we can start somewhere as a generation. As you know, my whole purpose is to make a difference. Making a difference is being mad. And if I can set an example to make a difference, I become iconic along with you to transform this world into becoming a better place. So let me lead ahead. This time I'm going to take you through another part of the story. Storytelling, everybody's doing storytelling today. From brands to people to advertising agencies to educational institutes, we're all teaching through storytelling. There's a little story which is titled The Other Pair. It is 30 on your list. And I'm going to present that story to you. It's actually a commercial by a very famous brand called Bata shoes. Everybody knows Bata shoes? How many of you have worn Bata shoes at least once in your life? I mean, I've been wearing them since I was a child, because that's the only pair of shoes I could afford. And they're nice, they are lasting, they are ductile, they are malleable, and they have a tremendous capability to withstand any kind of environment. So Bata shoes, it's actually a commercial, but they use sustainability as an example, as a story to tell you. Poverty has to be eradicated. It's not just a motherhood statement. Poverty has to be eradicated is a spiritual statement. And if we can decide that we need to eradicate poverty with that spirit of making the change happen, we are great leaders. We are great leaders. So the other pair, if this film brings a little emotional stint inside you, don't worry. It's not uncommon, because that's the objective of the film. The other pair. What are you feeling? I can see some broad smiles and squeaky eyes. I know what you're feeling, so please describe your feelings. Somebody, come on. What are you feeling?
Sad, mostly.
Sad.
I mean, to see it, it's sad, and then obviously very grateful for the position that we all are in. And obviously, we should be giving more in life.
Giving is important. You know, in UAE, this is the year of giving you're celebrating. I'm sure you're all aware of it. And the year of giving is so spirited in its own way. It's sustainable actually, because mankind was born to give. It was not just born to receive, it was born to give. Anybody else? Any other feeling? Yes, sir.
We want to give some clothes. Normally we look at which is torn, which is used, let me give. So one day I was making a heap of clothes which I thought that I will put it into a big basket which is made for it. So my wife stopped me and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "This is to be given." I said, "If you were to give, please give a good pair."
Yeah, you know,
This
I have a
boy
very dear
gave
friend.
his wearing pair, so it is.
A very dear friend in India who won the Magsaysay Award recently. He's called Anshu Gupta. He runs an NGO called Goonj. The whole purpose of that NGO is to collect clothes from anyone and everyone across the globe and give it to downtrodden people or people who have no such opportunities in their lives. And he does that so well. He doesn't care whether he's got money or no money, but he's been doing that. What an amazing thing. I tried to get him, but he wasn't available, obviously, so couldn't get him here. But yes, the purpose is giving. So this other pair, this was shot based on a story written by an Arabic gentleman, and that was his story about what he felt about sustainable development goals and how he could communicate that message to the rest of the world. Of course, Cannes honored him with a great award recently. And Gillette is a great brand. Gillette, how many of you know Gillette has a byline called "The Best a Man Can Ever Get"? Anybody knows that? Put your hands up. That's the byline of the brand. Gillette has come up with a story of ability of youngsters to look after their parents. How do they look after their parents? And aging parents. Some of you have parents who are aging. Please put your hands up. Your parents who are aging. Okay. We are a very emotional community as a part of our racist approach. And being emotional is not novice or not bad, but what is significant is that when we are emotional, are we able to understand the rationality of our actions? But here's a brand that said, let me use emotions, and in the use of emotions, I'm going to express a story, and the story will be great enough for people to know, practice, or understand. So ladies and gentlemen, here's a humble story made by a brand called Gillette. It's authorized permission, it's on YouTube, so you could see it anytime. And the story that transformed my thinking about what aging parents mean to all of us, because I love my mother. I'm fortunate my mother is alive, and if you're fortunate that your parents are alive, thank God, because they make so much of a difference to our lives. And hope you would share it with your children. So if you have teenagers, how many of you have teenage children? 15, 16, 17, 20, 21. Do share the story with them. It could transform them. The story, please. Gillette. Anybody felt emotional again watching it? You did? I can see somebody. Yes, you felt good watching it, ma'am? Okay. I can feel it. Okay. Sorry to make you cry, but it's a reality for lives. Did it remind you of the past or with anyone? Sorry, I'm so sorry you cried. Let me walk with you. Yeah. Tell me, what did it make you feel, man? Yeah. Please don't cry. Yeah.
I recently brought my mum out here from South Africa to stay with me, and sometimes she'd get on my nerves, but then some days I just realized how lucky and fortunate I am to have her.
You're lucky and fortunate. So why did this bring tears to your eyes?
Because we can do so much more for the people in our lives, in our own lives. Absolutely, it's so easy.
It's not so easy, correct? Anybody else, would you like to express? Can I ask you? Are you so emotional? I apologize for that.
It's just you think when time goes so fast and you're busy with your daily life, and you don't have time for this.
You don't have time for it. You regret it? Don't cry. Don't cry, come on. Even I regret it. I don't have time for it. So if I can give just 15 minutes of my life to my mother every day, I think I've transformed a lot. Even if it means just giving 15 minutes. Even if it means just giving 15 minutes. Imagine when I get old, will my children do this to me? So ladies and gentlemen, there's some social innovation which took place in some part, it's number 32, of India. And that social innovation had to do with children and water. 22 children came together and they actually made water happen for their village. Using a small technology, thinking in their zest of life, they transformed the situation from no water to some water. It's an interesting story. This is being captured live. And because it's captured live, you will love it. Let's watch it. That's what we call effectivism. Amazing story. In a minute it captured what was not possible in that small village to what was translatedly possible. Translatedly possible. Okay. How, I met a general after a war. And this was long time ago, when he was very concerned about environment. And the United Nations was still talking about Millennium Development Goals at that time. This general actually transformed his thinking in the form of a love letter. Love letter is what he wrote to the world, asking them many years ago, can you change the world? Can you transform the world by simply doing some acts which are required? When United Nations noticed the work that he was doing, they iconized his work by popularizing it and letting the world know. At the General Assembly, he became a point of discussion. We all agree that cynics are everywhere. We all agree critics are everywhere. But with cynics and critics, if there is some kind of change that we can bring about, we have to learn from this general what kind of change. As we get along, we will realize that that change is so internalized that if we can transform it, we can do it. Love letter. We must preserve the land for all our children and love it. I can feel the silence, I know what you're feeling, but the whole objective is making that change, transforming and embracing it to be where you want to be. Let me share a little story with you. There was once a wise man. He was very fond of writing books. Every day in the morning he would wake up, walk by the seaside and go back to his cottage and continue writing. He produced some of the best sellers in the world. His name is Joel Barker. He's alive and he's a futurist. What he tried to do was predict the future, which was his domain. He created a concept called The Business of Paradigm, a very famous book which you must read. The Business of Paradigm. So one day as he was walking by the seaside, from a distance he sees the human figure dancing. He wonders to himself, why should anybody be dancing? The sun is up and it's going to get warmer by the day. He feels discomfortable and walks up to this human figure. As he draws closer to this human figure, he sees it's a young man. He looks at the young man and says, young man, what are you doing? The young man says, can't you see? I'm picking up starfish and throwing it into the sea. But young man, there are miles and miles of starfish. You can't save all of them. To which the young man says, the one which is in my hand, when I throw it against the lashing waves, it makes a difference to this one. The response surprises the author. That night he cannot sleep. Next day in the morning, along with the young man, he starts throwing starfish into the sea. The moral of the story? If you throw your stars wisely and well, the future is yours. When you cannot throw your stars wisely and well, the future is left out. The choice is entirely yours. This story is called the Starfish Story. It's available on the net if you like to read it. It was created by Joel Barker for the Business of Paradigms, and I have his permission to use the story. It's also in the form of a film if you want to see it. Let me present to you a synoptic of how a session like this could be ended. A session like this can be ended by saying, excelling in a changing world. So I'm giving you some basic facts, these facts of how you could excel in a changing world. If you want to move your hands and make a note of any of these facts while the film presents to you some ideas, do try and write about it, do try and tweet about it, do feel what I am presenting to you. It's some energy. Anybody made notes on what you saw? Yes, ma'am. Please tell me.
Okay, good morning everyone. First of all, I'm very sorry I reached late. I'm coming from Sharjah. How many minutes I can talk? How many minutes I can talk? Are you sure? Can I talk as much as I want? No, please, I need it. Okay, with Dr. Bhatia, I wrote some words that says to be quick without rushing.
Be quick without rushing.
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Maha. I am the Managing Director of Awladuna Center for Special Needs in Sharjah. I have been in this field since the 30 years in UAE. I established Awladuna since the last 16 years. Today I'm going to talk honestly what I have, what do we feel. Since this is a day of continuity, a day of willpower, right? Okay. I am a lady who works 17 hours per day. I swear. My limits is the sky. Okay, I wrote that doing what it takes to keep the practice. Tough times doesn't exist all the times. Tough leaders do. But this tough leader, I am like a soap, I am melting. I cannot be tough anymore. Why? Since somebody tells you work 17 hours per day, it means either he's alcoholic or he needs help. What do you think?
No, I agree. I work at least 15 to 16 hours a day. I'm neither alcoholic or don't need mental help.
No, I'm not saying mental. You need help.
Not really. Some of us
Or it
are
means
addicted
that
to working.
it means the job that you are having, it needs more manpower to finish it on a high caliber when you can be like a leader in the work, and these children are leaders and followers. Through my hard work, I'm sorry to say I don't like to be egoistic. 32 students went full integration without any shadow teacher.
Wow.
No shadow teachers. See, Maha is a fighter. Maha is a fighter. Okay, when I say my limits is the sky, it means I mean it, and I can prove it, and I have to be loyal to the job I'm having.
Absolutely.
And Awladuna Center got the first prize from Princess Haya in the psychological assessments. Why does it mean all these things? It means there are people who are searching, there are people who are doing things for the benefit of the people of determination. And we know this year is the year of giving, the year of people of determination, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Building what every day what's supposed to be. Having a loyal heart, and you can create the will. All these things, gently and modestly, I have done. But from this stage, I want to say, if you allow me, because I have to take permission. Okay. At Awladuna Center, we are doing a good and honest and dedicated job. And anyone who can visit our website is www.awladunacenter.com. And I have some brochures, if you can spread over on the tables over here. What we need to fulfill this topic is to together we can make a difference.
Absolutely.
Okay? This center needs more help. What do I mean by help? We need more financial help to go on. I'm saying it proudly without any feeling shy. It's the first time I asked for financial help. Our rent, it was 250, now it's 500,000 dirhams. We have 4 psychologists, we have 5 speech therapists, we have ABA therapists, plus. All these needs lots of money to continue. So if you want to fulfill this day, the year of giving, and to prove His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Maktoum saying the year of determination, or the people of determination, Awladuna Center urgently needs the help. Because we still have 70 students who wants to reach to work placement. So far, 6 of our students are working. They are working in Dubai municipality and the banks over Sharjah and over Dubai. Please, I need a comment or integration. We are coming here to talk, you know what I mean? To be integrated. Dubai is a society for integration. I want to hear your comments. What did you hear from Awladuna Center Management? Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. Okay, any more comments, please? How can I help? How can we help? You want to take that? How can we help? You want volunteers? What are you looking?
No, let me sit. At the moment, because I don't want to look like somebody is doing like a seminar or something. If, you know, we have a proverb in Lebanon, it says, if you put a stone, it could hold a jar, right? You can contribute in 5 dirhams. You can contribute in 50 dirhams, 50,000. We need financial help. We have some students, honestly, we are a non-profit organization, but we are paying that they can enter Awladuna. They are Down syndrome, we have autistic kids, you know what I mean? Anyone who can contribute, I can give the account of the center. Anyone who wants to see our accounts in and out, I am ready. I'm open. I'm very transparent. Okay. Thank you. And God bless all of you. God bless UAE. God bless people of determination.
Absolutely.
I need a big applause for people of determination. Thank you, sir.
Well, please be here for a minute. I'm going to invite a few very important guests. So please allow me to take my notes out there in my pocket. Maha is already here. Can I have Dr. Trunk to walk up, Dr. Trunk? Would you do Dr. Susanna Trunk? Would you please come beside her? And Matt McDonald, can I have you please? Matt, here. And may I please have you? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to request these people to release some icons, some logos today. The release of the logos. Give me those, please. Thank you for saying that. This is the release of the icon for World Peace Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, we somewhere are looking for inner peace. If we are not looking for inner peace, there's something terribly wrong with us. But, the icon of peace, Mahatma Gandhi, said that I choose to be a leader, not because I want to be a leader. I choose to be a leader because I believe I can change the world by being a leader. And yours is a great example. Thank you for being so emotional. You were so honest that your emotions were felt. I could feel it. It did bring tears to my eyes.
Thank you for thanking me, but you shouldn't thank us because it's our obligation. A mother gets children. The second day, she didn't tell you, oh, I fed you, I breastfeed you, I washed your clothes. No, it's our job. It's our job, so we should say thank you for our job.
World Peace will happen on 17th and 18th February in Mumbai. Great leaders who are icons of peace will be present at this program. If any one of you would like to speak at the program, do let me know. You have my business card. I'll be happy to have you to speak. It's a very soft event. It has no hype and hoopla around it. It's meant for people who want to bring about peace in the world. 100 peace and change agents of this world will be felicitated by my Honorable Minister from India, and I'd be obliged if you can all be there to make this happen. If you can tweet this picture, write about it, let people know, it will be my great privilege that I'm blessed that you've done it. Thank you so much. Please write to me that you want to speak at the program. This program is non-commercial, so anybody who's associated comes in as a guest. We cover food expenses, all the meals for the day, the entry to the conference, because that's all that we can afford to do. I've made a lot of sacrifice to make this happen, and that sacrifice will get translated into a great action if we can get together to bring peace to this world. Thank you. Big round of applause. Thank you. If you like to take a picture, you're standing here, my media team is here. Please stand and take a picture whenever you have the time. In the break. Can I take this and I meet you on the stage? Please be on the stage. Give me the next one. Andrews, can I get you? Please come, sir. Okay. So please come. Business Leader of the Year icon, formally being released, a global program will be launched in Dubai at the same hotel next year. If you like the icon, the design, please do give it a generous round of applause. Yeah? Business Leader of the Year. Can I hold it? They take a picture. Business Leader of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, for the ruler of Dubai, a big round of applause for the ruler of Dubai. He's the greatest leader we've ever met. Absolutely, the greatest leader we've ever met. A great icon. How many of you love the icon, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for loving that icon, designed with a lot of passion, of gold and black with lettering that catch attention. The whole icon will also present a trophy, a certificate and a citation. So this will be what a business leader of the year. One business leader who would be felicitated in each industry segments. Thank you so much. I'm so obliged to all of you for making this happen. Thank you. Can I take that, please? Thank you. You asked me to read the objectives of your center. They're written here. Yeah, 4. I'll try to read them. We are different yet able. I think, therefore I am. Do not bind my hands and enlighten my path. Wow, 4 objectives. So honored. I'm sure the audience will pick this up from you. You're here. And about the recycling, used tires project is what they're doing. There is a little brochure for that. I'm going to keep one copy for me so that I can give it to the World Recycling Association, who would draw inspiration from you. I work very closely with the World Recycling Association based in Europe. They're doing a wonderful job for the United Nations in making recycling happen for the world. Please recycle as much as you can. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you. We're going to, I'm first going to felicitate Aman Merchant, who has to leave. Mr. Aman Merchant, if you can step up, he will felicitate you with this CSR Leadership Award. Congratulations. Thank you so much, both of you. Thank you. Okay, we have a little break for 10 minutes. We come back and do the awards in about 10 minutes. Enjoy your coffee, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your kind attention this morning.